Hello, I'm Greg. This is my son Eddie,
Yes.
and we are going to do the Dollar Store Survival Challenge.
As well as AKA the 99-cent store challenge.
Right, Dollar Store 99-cent store challenge. We heard about this on Wranglerstar. I'm not sure if he originated it, but he said, or at least the rules that I can remember, where it had to be $10
Yes.
from a dollar store, 10 items. You had to have a cutting implement, means to start a fire, a way to process water, a shelter, and two meals.
2 meals.
Food items for 2 meals. So, with that being said, I'm doing the survival challenge. Edward is doing the kids version of the survival challenge, which is basically $10 to not get bored while Dad's doing this. So, my handsome assistant Edward is going to show off the 10 items, and I'm going to control the camera. So what do we have here first? We've got
a bread pan as our item, so when we cook our food items, it would be much easier.
Right, and it's also a way to process water. You can boil water in it.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
We got garbage bags.
The next 2 items have to do with our shelter.
The garbage bags and these plastic drop cloths.
So the plastic drop cloth is going to be for the shelter, and the garbage bags are for the bedding as well as the blankets, if you will. And next,
we got matches and this.
We got matches to start a fire. We've got the jute twine.
To make the fire easier to actually
It'll make starting the fire easier, as well as helping us to set up the drop cloth as our shelter.
Next, we got the utensils.
Next, we have the utensils. We got the cutting implement, which we were very lucky to find a paring knife with a sheath, and a fork and spoon combo. Now, that was kind of optional. If I needed to get water, that would have been dropped. The fork and spoon would have been dropped, and I would have made chopsticks out of this, which I may still show later on. Super easy to do. And chopsticks, of course, billions of people use chopsticks to eat their food. So our food item is
top ramen.
Top ramen. Now that was only $1, and that's 5 servings. Of course,
5 pack.
It's top ramen, so one meal is probably going to be 2 of those. But they did not have flashlights with batteries at the dollar store. We went to 3 different dollar stores, could not find flashlights with batteries, so the next best option is the solar path light. And we're going to set it up here in the sunshine. Hopefully it'll charge up enough that we can use it at night. And of course, since it doesn't have an on-off switch, we're just going to have to cover it up when it's time to go to bed. And I did forget the last item, the last check mark on the checklist is a waterproof container. This can be used for carrying water, but it's to keep your important items
safe from water.
Waterproof. So what we would do is we would take our ramen. Doesn't necessarily need to be waterproof, but soggy ramen is really hard to deal with. So we put that in there.
And all our food items.
We can take our jute twine and drop it in there.
Here, this.
Well, this, I'm not sure if it would go in there, but it's an outdoor path light, so it's water resistant anyhow. Let's see if it will go in there. It will go in there. Okay. Barely, but it goes. And the matches. Of course, the matches are not going to fit as a big box like this.
So we need to take one out.
So we're going to take, and honestly, you don't need, 320 matches. But you can only get them $1 package, so we've got 320 matches, way more than enough for a 24-hour challenge.
So, and I found this package because it's one of the biggest containers you can find.
It was one of the biggest containers at the dollar store that sealed watertight, or mostly watertight.
It could go a little water, but not so much water.
And there we go. Watertight.
And all these items, well, they're already waterproof.
Right. And that's our trash. So next, we're going to take a look at Eddie's stuff. Be right back.
So here is my
This is Edward's $10 dollar store surviving the weekend with Dad challenge. So go ahead and let's see what you got.
I got my Swiftness marshmallow hot chocolate. I got my food items, which are some Vienna sausage for my dad, which he can use.
Not for Dad. All this is yours. Remember, Dad's doing the survival challenge. I'm surviving on what I've got. These are yours for you to survive, and you probably won't eat all of that, but you might. You're a grown boy. Okay, so what else we got? We got two different things of Chef Boyardee.
So we got Chef Boyardee spaghetti and meatballs and Chef Boyardee lasagna.
Okay. And what snack items did you get?
I got freeze-dried mixed fruit, a snack that is really good. It's healthy, so.
And it also tastes good in oatmeal, doesn't it?
Yep. And chips with my favorite Ruffles.
Okay.
Now we got my toy items. A boomerang, which
we're going to use to play later on.
Yeah. A golf set. A golf kit, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Which has 3 balls, a hole, and a
putter.
Yeah.
And a flag.
And a flag.
Okay, so because the dollar store did not have a flashlight with batteries, yeah. Edward actually spent $2 of his $10 getting a flashlight and batteries. Unfortunately, we believe either the flashlight fell out of the bag somewhere along the line, or little sister may have snagged it out of there. We're not sure which. So instead of his flashlight, we went ahead and dug into the emergency kit, and he's going to use one of my flashlights, which already has batteries.
Which we can also we can both use. This is going to also be in case the flashlight my dad has goes out. So. Well,
you will be able to use it. Dad is still going to stick by the path light. So.
The batteries.
Like I said, Edward is not doing the survival challenge with me, so he's going to have a cup, a camping coffee cup for his hot cocoa. We didn't think to bring bowls, but he can use my pan for his meals as well. We'll just have to take turns. He's also going to be using a sleeping bag, a tent, a sleeping mat. He's going to have a good time. He's going to be comfortable. So. Hold all the comments about making my son go through this. He's not. He's just going to have fun with me here.
Wait, we haven't seen, they don't know what these are.
Well, yes, these are not part of the dollar store challenge. They were less than $1 though. We picked these up at, I think, Walmart. And they're just to keep the bugs off of us. No sense in being miserable while we're doing this. Again, the challenge is supposed to be in the wilderness. We live in Southern California. There's not a whole lot of wilderness that you can camp in, or that you can. Eddie, don't touch the tripod while it's. So we're at a campsite, a campground. Now this is the most, I guess, rustic campground that I could think of, or that I could find, I should say. There is luckily plenty of tinder and firewood scattered around. A lot of dry, dead, fallen wood that we can use, and it's all nice and small, so we don't need a hatchet, because or anything else, because that little knife, I'm sure, would not be able to baton well at all. We'll just have to use more firewood. Not a problem.
The ranger said that burn all.
Yeah, he said go ahead and burn as much as you can find on the ground, because it makes it safer, of course. Now I'm going to show you, because like I said, I didn't bring water, but I brought a means to process water. It's not really going to be necessary, but simulating that there would be a stream or some other source nearby, we'd be able to boil it. We've got the next best thing, however, in that right there is the water source for the campground, which is a hand pump. And that is about as rustic as you can get. Oh, let's get the tree out of the way. That's about as rustic as you can get. So, we will sign off for now, and we'll be back when we actually do something else. Okay, so now it's afternoon. It's time to get some lunch made.
And it's time to try out how to make
A fire.
A fire.
Using a book of matches.
And it's my first time doing it.
It is Eddie's first time doing it. So, first thing we're going to need to do is, and for all of you experienced woodsmen out there, forgive me, I'm a novice. But the first thing we're going to do is take a handful of the leaves, put them down there.
And some sticks.
Make a nice little pile down there. Now, I didn't say drop them in there. You have to put them in a little pile, okay?
Oh, I'm scared though, because these are really hot sticks.
Okay, that's good enough.
A little bit more.
No. Okay, so now we've got our small kindling. So go ahead and grab a piece of that pile there.
Little.
And you're going to make a teepee around this, okay? So I'm going to help you, okay? What we're going to do is a teepee. So all the sticks point towards the middle.
Which I tried this before and it's not that easy.
Tried what?
This, remember?
No.
So how to try and make fire with
Come on, all you got to do is, there you go. Just lean them up. Lean them up.
Yeah, that's all my sticks that I had.
Okay, we're going to need some more. So let's go ahead and use some of the longer ones here.
A little longer, but not that long.
And we're just going to keep.
So we keep putting on a lot of sticks, so it would be really easy to start the fire.
Right, close enough.
Right, Daddy?
Yeah, the more sticks that we can get in contact with the fire, the more the fire is going to like it. The more the fire likes it, the faster it'll grow, and we can add larger pieces of wood.
And this is going to be our final piece, maybe at night, so
we're
we
going to
can
need
get warm.
We're going to need a little bit more. I think I'm going to go with a little bit of the thicker stuff now.
Daddy?
I mean, I know that this is probably not the correct woodsman way of building your fire, but we're not going to be using
Sticks?
ferro rod or some primitive method. We've got matches, so let's go ahead and take a match and go ahead and light some of these leaves on the bottom. See if you can light them in two different places on opposite sides. Okay?
Do I need two?
No, just one.
Oh.
Here, I'll hold the other one. I'll hold it. Go ahead and... Now remember, not too close, but not too far away because you don't want to snap the stick. There you go. Okay. Except that you don't want to drop the match in there. So let's go ahead and try it again. What you're going to want to do is light it, move your fingers down to the end, and then you're going to hold it down here to catch the leaves on fire.
Okay.
There you go. Okay. Hold it down.
Oh.
It went out. All right,
Right
that's all
this way.
That's all right. It's a learning experience, right?
And these can also burn the
They
stick.
sure can. They sure can. Put them in the fire. All right. Let's go ahead and try it again. Okay, you don't have to hold it all the way down there. It's not like a ferro rod. Okay, hold it. There you go. There you go. Okay, now steady. Okay, go ahead and drop it. Go ahead and drop it. Let's hope that that catches it. All right. And I'll go ahead and finish it up. Okay. Looks like it looks like it's going a little bit down there. Now I'm going to use that one to light this match. Maybe not. Looks like that went out. And you know what?
Can I try one last time?
Sure. Well, actually, no. It's already burning. I don't want you to get your hands down in there. So I'm going to go ahead and light it from a third side just to
Help out. Easy.
help get it going. Okay.
While we're doing this,
So, as the fire builds, we'll add slightly larger pieces of wood, and then until we get a coal bed going, we can cook our lunch. Okay, so we've already rinsed this out off camera.
So this is how we get our water.
You hold it. I'll pump it. Okay, come around this way because they're just seeing your back. Okay, go ahead. I'll hold it. You pump it.
This is the best way to do it. Okay.
So this is our stream for our water. All right, I think that should be enough.
This is how we got our water. And I already drank some. It's nice and fresh. Pull it up.
So now we're gonna start getting Eddie's lunch ready. I already rinsed this thing out. So let's go ahead and pop the top. Here, let me do it. Let me do it. Hold those.
Pop the top.
Now, the top can also be used as a spoon. So we're gonna save that.
And don't maybe use it.
So we're gonna go ahead and empty the contents into here.
It might be
That came out nice. And you're gonna put some of your Vienna sausages in.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and do that now as well.
It's harder to open.
Okay. Go ahead and kneel down so that you're in the camera.
Hi. I have to actually hold
And again,
myself up.
that can also be used as a spoon of sorts. So what we're going to do is we're going to get 2 of these out of here because you're going to want to use some for later, right?
Yep.
So hold that, please. They're all stuck together.
The nice prize, right?
All right.
The nicest prize. Technically, will.
Dump some of the liquid out. See if
I'm kind of in. Yeah, I'm gonna be like a little down. Huh?
see if that makes it easier to get these things out.
It isn't.
It doesn't. All right, so let's do it.
Spoon it out.
Let's go this way. Let's go ahead and dump them all out. And just put the ones we're not using back in.
Hey, we could use that one.
Okay.
That we already could.
So we're actually going to use that to cover that up. Since we're only going to be here for a day, I don't think they're going to spoil on us. And in fact, this is really overkill for this. I don't need the knife to cut these in half, or cut these up because they're so soft.
The good thing about a Vienna sausage is they're really soft.
Yeah, they sure are. All right.
That's why I went with Vienna sausages.
So we're
Because
going
they're
to go
soft.
ahead and, this is already cooked, so all we have to do is heat it up for my boy here. So we're going to set it on top of what should be coals, but we're a little impatient here.
Yeah, we're a little
Take
hungry.
our sticks here,
Our 2 holding sticks.
set it on there. All right, well, there we go. And we're just going to let it warm up for a bit. And we'll stir it so it doesn't burn. This is only going to take a minute because the fire's hot. You can hear it sizzling.
And then
So what we're going to basically do here is we're heating the pan up. We're going to take it off there and we're going to let the pan warm the stuff inside. Because otherwise, by the time the pan is cool enough to eat the stuff inside will be too cold. Doesn't that look delicious? Okay, so Eddie is eating his. Such a smart young man. Hey, why don't we just put the hot spaghetti and meatballs back into the can? That way you can cook yours while we still have coals.
Mm-hmm.
What a smart young man. You must get it from your mother. So now it's my turn to make me some ramen noodles. And I'm not even going to clean this out. I'm just going to go ahead and use the leftovers from that for more flavor. Right? Just gives it more flavor, right?
Hi.
Get it off the sides though. Doesn't make it too hard to clean later on. Since we did not get any cleaning supplies from the 99-cent store.
Other than gloves, which is not that good.
Which, yeah, it's paper thin gloves. Actually, thinner than paper gloves came with the drop cloth. So, while this is getting ready, I did mention you can take a pop top like this and turn it into a spoon. Super easy. You just got to be careful not to snap the little pull tab off. Now you got to be really careful with this because these sides are fairly sharp. Not knife sharp, but if you shoved it in your mouth, it would probably hurt a lot. So you just gently bend the edges up. There you go. Got a little food shovel. That's good stuff. So, we'll get back to you when this starts to boil. Okay, so it's been a few minutes. We've got a little bit of boiling action going on, but I don't think we're going to get anything approaching a rolling boil here. So, it's time to go ahead and put the noodles in. Take the cardiac pack out. Put them in there. And let them cook. And Eddie also reminded me that I didn't make my chopsticks yet. So, straight a piece of twig as you can find. Green is perfectly fine for this as long as it's not some kind of a poisonous wood. Just break it in half. You just want to shave off the bark. At least at the end that you're going to be using, which is this end. The end that's going to be going into your mouth. I don't want to get any bark in my food here. You know what? For a $1 paring knife, this thing works pretty darn good. Should we get a clean end here too? Okay. Not to cut yourself. And the same to the other side. Again, you only need to shave off the bark, outer skin, whatever you want to call it, at the end that you're going to be eating with. there you have it. Chopsticks. Not very long, but you know what? They'll work.
And I got the sticks.
And Eddie found the perfectly straight stick.
Which were at the sign. Right?
Yeah, they were at the Rangers campsite sign-in location.
Where?
All right.
And I?
Man, I am surprised. Such a good feeling little paring knife.
That was only
I
$1.
swear it feels like, I'm sure it's something solid in there. I doubt it's a full tang, but it is a solid handle.
And it's only $1.
And it's only $1. All right. So let's go ahead and add in our cardiac special, high blood pressure special. And yes, I know a lot of people only use a half a pack. I actually like the flavor.
Well, we both like the flavor.
We sure do.
So, and you always like more flavor, so you always add a little bit of something. Right?
Yeah, I usually do like to try and add stuff to it.
But
But ramen by itself is still
pretty good.
still a good meal.
So we got a
All right, and
right pack
now
for
the, the noodles are still a bit al dente, but it's going to keep cooking here for a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off the fire now
and let it cool down.
and let it finish cooking and cool down. And we'll see you when we set up the shelter. Okay, so now it's time to make the shelter. So I've already gathered, or I've already made a few tent stakes.
And I got the rocks.
And Eddie gathered me some rocks, and you'll see what these are for in a little bit. So we're going to use the 9x12 drop cloth. And what we're probably going to do is double it up because this stuff is super, super thin. But we'll see in a second. And then, well, the idea is to use this use this to create bedding. These are the thickest that I could find. They're 0.8 mil. Most of the other ones were 0.4 mil. So these are twice the size, but of course you only get 6 of them. So my plan was to gather up dried leaves and such, but in this area the leaves are very few and far between, so it looks like it's just going to be an uncomfortable night. Probably fill them up with a little bit of air, but I don't think that would work. So they'll line the bottom of it, at least keep something between me and the ground, and also use them as little blankets. All right, we're gonna go ahead and move the camera so that we can watch this go together. And with any luck, I'll figure out how to do this in post editing to speed up the process. Because you don't need to watch half an hour of me doing this. Thanks.
Unless
Okay, obviously I'm not a professional YouTuber. Apparently I forgot to hit record while we were cooking Eddie's dinner and most of mine. So Eddie's got his ready, and I am getting ready to make mine. Eddie decided that he didn't like the Chef Boyardee, so...
I liked it a little bit, but not that much.
Yeah. So, luckily, the ramen came in a 5-pack, and I don't need that much. Yep. All right. So we're just going to let this soak up the boiling water for a few minutes, add the ramen, and bon appetit. And the sun's already going down. I'm not even sure if this is enough light for the video, so I guess we'll see everybody in the morning.
Wait. Now it's...
Okay, also, Eddie wanted to mention that he got his digging stick. Go ahead, Eddie.
It really works that well. It shaves out all the areas so I can do it, and it makes it weakens. So when I hit down, it weakens the ground, and then I can just shave it out.
All right. Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
So, wrapping yourself up in the plastic is absolutely viable. It's plenty warm enough.
But
it started raining last
Yeah.
night. As you can see, there's still water on Eddie's tent. So, it was doable. I could have done it, but I did not feel like being miserable for the rest of the night. So I called the challenge. Yeah, we can call it a fail. All of it is absolutely doable. You can survive 24 hours with $10.
But
If I had it to do over again, I would have probably not gotten the
drop cloth.
Definitely not gotten the drop cloth. Probably not got the spoon and fork. And I would have probably gone for for 2 of the 4x6 cheap tarps that they sell at 99-cent store. There would have probably been a gap, but I probably could have done something with the jute twine and
Like covered
made
it up.
Made it livable. But hindsight's 20/20. Even at that, still would have been miserable in the rain under a tarp. Livable, yes. Not fun. So, we're going to go ahead and have some breakfast and call it a day. Or a weekend. Or a 24-hour challenge.
Yeah!
Alright. Goodbye, everyone. Stay safe.
Bye.